Biscuit or cookie?
Lift or elevator?
You're about to find out. You've only been learning half of English.
And trust me, the other half is just as important.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophie.
And I'm James. Welcome back to Talk English Daily.
Today's a fun one. 10 everyday words where British English and American English just completely disagree.
I say one thing, she says another, and somehow we're both right.
Somehow.
Let's get into it.
Pair number 1. This is a classic. In Britain, when I want something sweet with my tea, I ask for a biscuit.
And in America, we'd call that exact same thing a cookie.
A biscuit.
A cookie.
Say it with confidence, James.
I am. But quick note for anyone confused. In America, a biscuit is actually a different thing entirely. It's soft, fluffy, usually eaten with breakfast.
Oh, that's such an important point. So if you're in the US and you want a sweet treat, ask for a cookie, not a biscuit.
Exactly. Save yourself the confusion.
Pair number 2. James, your turn to start.
All right. In America, if I order this at a restaurant, I'm asking for fries.
And in Britain, we'd call those exact same things chips.
Fries.
Chips.
And here's the twist. In Britain, chips are usually thicker. What Americans call fries, the thin, crispy ones, the British sometimes call those fries too, just to make it extra confusing.
Thanks for that, James.
Hey, English keeps you humble.
Pair number 3. My turn again. In Britain, if I need to go upstairs in a tall building, I take the lift.
And in America, that same metal box is an elevator.
A lift.
An elevator.
Honestly, I think lift sounds a bit more elegant.
And I think elevator sounds more official, like it has a job to do.
Fair enough.
If you're enjoying this, now's a great time to hit subscribe. We post new episodes every week.
Pair number 4. James, go on.
In America, when I go for a run, I wear sneakers.
And in Britain, those same shoes are trainers.
Sneakers.
Trainers.
Honestly, sneakers make sense to me because you're sneaking around quietly.
Ooh, that's actually a great point. And trainers, well, you train in them, don't you?
Okay, that one's a tie.
Pair number 5. My turn. In Britain, the back part of a car where you put your bags, we call that the boot.
And in America, that exact same space is the trunk.
The boot.
The trunk.
I do love saying boot. It just sounds so practical.
Trunk always makes me think of an elephant, honestly.
Now that you say that, I can't unthink it either.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Quick comprehension check before we continue.
Here's a British word for you. Rubbish.
Take a moment. Guess the American word for it.
Think you've got it?
The answer is trash or garbage.
Did you get it right?
If you did, comment below and let us know.
Okay, halfway there. Pair number 6. James, lead us in.
After a really long day in America, I'd say, I'm exhausted.
And in Britain, we'd say the exact same feeling differently. I'm knackered.
Exhausted.
Knackered.
Knackered sounds so much more dramatic.
It is dramatic. We're a tired nation, James.
I respect that.
Pair number 7. My turn. In Britain, when people are waiting in an organized line, we call that a queue.
And in America, that same line of people is just a line.
A queue.
A line.
Queuing is basically a national sport in Britain.
I believe that completely.
We queue for everything. Buses, shops, the rain.
The rain?
You'd be surprised.
Pair number 8. My turn now. In America, when I take time off work to travel, I go on vacation.
And in Britain, that exact same trip is a holiday.
Vacation.
Holiday.
I always thought holiday sounded more festive, like Christmas.
Well, in Britain, any time off counts as a holiday, not just the festive ones.
That's actually really nice, honestly.
Pair number 9, my turn. In Britain, when someone does something kind, I might just say, cheers.
And in America, we'd usually just say, thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Cheers is so flexible too. You can use it for thank you, or for goodbye, or even just hello.
Wait, cheers means hello too?
Sometimes. British English is very efficient like that.
One word, 3 jobs.
Last pair, number 10. James, take us home.
In America, the place where I live, I call my apartment.
And in Britain, that exact same home is a flat.
Apartment.
Flat.
Flat always confused me at first because it's not flat. It's a whole building.
I never thought about that, but you're right, that is a bit odd.
See? Even after all these episodes, we're still learning from each other.
That's the beauty of it, really.
So that's 10 pairs. Biscuit and cookie, chips and fries, lift and elevator, trainers and sneakers, boot and trunk, knackered and exhausted, queue and line, holiday and vacation, cheers and thanks, flat and apartment.
Both versions are completely correct, just different sides of the same language.
So here's what we want to know. Which version do you use? Or maybe you've learned both already.
Tell us in the comments, British or American. And if you know any other examples, share them below too.
We genuinely love reading these.
If today was useful, make sure you're subscribed so you catch the next episode.
Thanks so much for being here today.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye!